we're live. Excuse me while I adjust my lighting situation. How are we? We all good? That's not going to work, is it? Right. Welcome. If you are live, give me a wee hashtag live in the comments. If you're on replay, give me the hashtag replay. This is quite a massive screen. I'm a bit terrified by what's going on here. Right, who's with me? Oh, I can see eyes. Brilliant, lovely. Thank you for joining, ladies. So tonight is our fab fun masterclass, and I'm going to take you through my top 10 life-saving kitchen hacks. Oh, amazing. The kitchen's reasonably clean, so we're all right. We are all right. So I actually have no idea if I've got 10 because I started off with 6 and then started flinging stuff all over the place. So I think I've got 10. So let me know as we're going through what your favourite kitchen hacks are, whether it's a product, a tool, food, a tip, whatever, and share it in the group because everybody's got their own way of doing things. And my goal here tonight is to take you through some of the stuff that has worked for me over the years, in terms of making it easier to eat healthy, to eat for fat loss, and also be prepared when we're really, really busy because I know as women, we all are mega, mega busy. And one of the biggest hacks that we can give ourselves is being prepared, knowing what it is that we are going to be consuming over a few days. So I'm going to have to move things around a little bit to make sure you can see everything. Let me just see. I had to go and dig out my laptop riser to use my iPad here. Right, so the first thing is actually a bit of a cheat. Now, see this bad boy here? This is called a Ninja Kitchen, and I'm stroking it with love because I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, this is, I think it's a 9-in-1. Is it 9-in-1? 8-in-1, 9-in-1. And we really don't use all the functionality. So this is, I'm using this as two things that have saved my life when it comes to meal prepping. One is the slow cooker. It's incredible. Obviously, a slow cooker is incredible all round. This is no better than your £30 slow cooker from the supermarket, so don't feel as if you have to rush out and spend £190 on a Ninja Kitchen. A £30 slow cooker just does the job. Now, if anybody doesn't use a slow cooker, I would highly recommend you do, and I would also highly recommend you spend the £6, £5, whatever it is, and buy Scott Baptie's slow cooker recipe packs. They are incredible, high protein slow cooker recipes. We use them quite a lot within the group. Oh, we're back. I was just trying to go on my phone. Right, so yes, the slow cooker is an incredible, useful bit of kit. It means that when, Sarah, it was my internet that was, not you. So what I tend to do is in my Sunday morning meal prep, and it doesn't matter when you do your meal prep, but on my Sunday morning meal prep, something always goes into the slow cooker. Always, without a shadow of a doubt. Whether that is a curry, whether it's bolognese, whether it's a chili, whether it's pulled pork, soup, whatever goes in. And that means it's just tickling away nicely and I don't need to do anything. Okay. The second part of this that I love is the air fryer, and it has changed my life. So things like your homemade chips take a little bit less time and they taste better because they're a little bit crispier. Things like if you're cutting up your chicken and you're marinating it in something and it's fairly small bits, chuck it in the air fryer. It only takes 5 minutes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Don't have to wait for the oven to heat up. So such a time saver. I've actually, well, you can't see them, I've put them away, made chicken nuggets for tonight. Just using cut up chicken breast, doing some dip in egg and then some blitzed up breadcrumbs, and they will literally take 5 minutes to cook in the air fryer. So really, like Wednesday nights are really busy because I tend to do these masterclasses and my husband tends to go out to band practice, so always quite busy, so that's really good. So that is my Nutri thing. Now, for those of you that are interested in what else it grills, it bakes, it roasts, it dehydrates. We tried making bacon jerky, it was rancid, don't do it. The pressure cooker is also really good. Yeah, the Ninja's really easy to clean, Sarah. Pressure cooker's really good. I make soup. I've only ever made soup actually with a pressure cooker, I've not done anything else. Steam cooker, slow cooker / yogurt maker. Or you could just go to the supermarket and buy yogurt. And a searing and sauteing bit, which we've not actually used. Right? So there's my two favourites, my slow cooker, my air fryer. Next up is my George Foreman. There's got fingerprints on it. So I don't use this as much as I used to, certainly since I got the air fryer, but if I'm batch cooking hundreds of chicken, 4 chicken breasts in that, boom, put it down, leave it, 10 minutes, absolutely fabulous. The only downside of it, the George Foreman, is I despise cleaning it. Like, it actually gives me the heave. Like, genuinely, there's just something of it, bad. So that's for George Foreman. I think most people have probably got something like that. Also makes toasties, always handy. Do your sausages on it, etc, etc. Right, next up, I'm doing all the electricals first. Next up is this. Now, this bad boy here is what I would call a Nutribullet, but this is not a Nutribullet. This was a £20 thing from, I think it was Lidl. And that has lasted me longer than my official Nutribullet lasted me, so incredible. I use this every single day. So for my breakfast prep, I get a big bowl, I dump in a big tub of Greek 0% fat yogurt, I dump in half a bag of frozen berries, and I mix it up and I put it in the fridge. And that is my main part of my breakfast. Then every morning, I grab one of the things that goes on top, add my protein, add my collagen, add some water, down it, and that's my breakfast. And sometimes I'll vary it and I'll have some oats and actually eat my breakfast, but I'm really enjoying these smoothies at the moment. Also, I told you that I was making chicken nuggets, and I just blitzed up the breadcrumbs in the Nutribullet, just blitzed it. So you can chop your nuts, you can chop your veg. I get, when I'm doing bolognese, instead of chopping the veg like into fine wee bits or grating it, what I do is I just chunk it up into quite chunky bits and put it in the Nutribullet with the onions and some tomatoes and whatever veg I've got lying about, mix that in and then put that in the pan with the mince. Add your vegetables, no one knows. You know it, you know it. So there's some electric hacks. Moving into some more smaller hacks. Helen, I saw you do it, I saw you. Now, for those of you that are calorie trackers, these bad boys, how many times have you sat in MyFitnessPal and added in 100 grams of everything, which is, nobody eats 100 grams of everything. I'm bad for it with chicken, actually. I'll always put 100 grams of chicken, but sometimes it's not. But your kitchen scales shall be your friend if you are tracking calories for the first time. Amazing bit of kit, so easy just to have, Always weigh your food raw if you can and track it raw. My next piece of advice here storage. There you go, Claire, I've given you a top tip. Try a toasty in your George Foreman. It works. Yeah, storage. Now, it doesn't need to be, these are lovely glass, bamboo, liddy, very hipster. I love them. They make my fridge look quite pretty when I've got stuff in them. You know, your bog standard Tupperware will do. One of the things that I know about me is that I'm a very visual person. And if I look in the fridge and don't like what I see, so if I've got the clatty old Tupperware where the lid doesn't match and it's all that kind of stained or eroded way, I will look at that and go, I don't want to eat it. Don't want to eat that. But if I open it and they're in these, I go, oh, that's nice. And, you know, you take that out of the fridge and it's a nice wee storage. Now these, you get these certain places and they're hideously expensive. These were from Aldi and I think they were only £8 for 2. So they're not dear. But if you do recognise that you do get turned off by the appearance of some things, then something that's going to make it look pretty and more stylish is going to help you along your way. So they are fabulous and reinvestment. Moving into some food hacks, things that must be in my cupboard, must be in the cupboard. Microwavable rice. This is a game changer. Now, calorie-wise, rice is alright, it's not too bad. It's gluten-free for all you gluten-intolerant ladies. The only difference between this rice and your drier rice is that this has got oil in it to keep it separate when it's cooking, but I don't really care because I can afford that extra calories for the pain in the arse that is boiling rice from scratch. Honestly, for those of you in our client area, you may have read the document that says life is too short for boiling rice from scratch. Far too short. Also too short for reverse parking, and also too short for, I can't remember what the other one was, making pastry from scratch. There is no need. No need. Okay, anyway, ran over. These bad boys, we're a family of 3. We use one of these sachets between 3 of us when we're having rice. Okay, per half a pack, 171 calories. I think it works out about 120. No, that can't be right. Yeah, about 110 calories for a third of the pack. And that's enough for us. Alright, it's a good hack. We always have hundreds of these. For those of you that are coming to the 5-day challenge, I'm going to be talking about these as well. 5-day mini course. Food staples. Can of, where's my camera? Oh, there it is there. Can of tin cherry tomatoes, best thing ever. They are so much nicer than your tinned plum, and yes, they're probably a bit pricier, but they taste it, they're worth it. So I keep these for my chilies, my bologneses, anything. I often do chicken baked in this and whatever made up spice I can deal with. Oh, good grief, Claire, man, imagine standing separate. I have done that before. Oh my god. Right, so this is in conjunction with something else. So, if you're really stuck for time, one of the best things you can just do is grab a can of this. You've got your basil, your mixed herbs, oregano, something Italian-y. That, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, boil the arse out of it in the pan, grab some rice, microwave up some rice and pop a bit of reduced fat grated cheese over the top, right? It's not particularly protein friendly, but it's filling, it's nutritious, it's calorie friendly. Okay, so see that when you're really, really busy and you're like, oh my god, what will I do? I'll phone for a takeout. That will take you less time than phoning for a takeout. Okay? Trust me on this. And if you have, if you've got bacon lying about, you can chop bacon into it. Helen, yes, always have eggs. Clara, if you're watching, look at my girl. Look at my girl, she's beautiful. Always have eggs. If you don't know me well enough yet, I have an egg lady and she's wonderful and she has got chickens and the eggs are delicious. Pesto, I'm not a fan of shop bought pesto, Claire, just purely because it tends to be quite oily, but I did make my own pesto at the weekend, which I just made it up as I went along and it tasted quite nice. The other thing, conjunction with these tomatoes, is creating more of a Mexican-y vibe with them. So I always add in, I don't have any quantities, I just chuck stuff in. Some cumin with your tomatoes, some garam masala, and some coriander. And that tends to give, and add a little bit of chili in there, salt, pepper, whatever. I'll give it more of a Tex-Mex, Mexy kind of slant. Handy if you've got mince and you want to do something taco-y. But they're always staples. We use a lot of tomatoes and a lot of passata cartons as well. Right, so those food hacks. The next one, bags of steamed fresh veg. Right, that is 2.5 minutes in the microwave. Incredibly easy, incredibly filling. Add them to everything. Each bag is 2 of your 5 a day. So 2 of your 5 a day, cooked in 2.5 minutes. Add a little bit of butter. Lovely. Bit of hot butter. Butter is fine. Okay, so I don't know, for a lot of kind of, maybe not our generation, maybe the generation up, butter's terrible. Can't eat butter. Don't cut butter. Butter's good too. Next on the list is, I'm very conscious that I've got another live to do. Another one on the list is having access to some inspiration. Okay, so I don't really. I've lost something. I do love a oh yeah, Maggi bags. I didn't have any of them in the cupboard, but yes, Sarah, bang on the money. Make life easy for yourself. So access to inspiration. Now these are recipe cards from my Green Chef box. So a few times a year I'll subscribe up to Green Chef or HelloFresh or Gusto or whatever's there, just because sometimes I lack inspiration, sometimes I know life's going to get really, really busy and I just don't have time to shop and I just want everything done. But having access to something like this, it just means that you can, if you're doing your meal prep, flick through and go, right, okay, I had that to shop last year, I can do that, I can do something like that. And it just helps from an inspiration point of view. Likewise, having recipe books. This one is actually quite nice, got some good recipes. Clean and Lean by James Duggan. Pinch of Nom, everybody's favourite. And this one's really good as well, the roast and tin single pan recipes. We've done quite a lot from these. Because the whole goal for me is, you know, I don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. I've got things to do, a life to live, fun to be having, and I don't want to spend it sweating over a hot stove. But bear in mind, I do actually enjoy cooking. But when it comes to meal prep and I know what I'm having, get it done, all done. So typically mine takes less than an hour. Now the final thing is a notepad and pen, blankety blank, blankety blank. So I rattled up this meal plan in 30 seconds just before we came on. Actually, it was before I was trying to find my charger. So the way I do this is super, super simple. So it's back to front for you guys, I'm sorry. But across the top, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday I haven't added on here. And then lines for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Okay? So every morning I've told you I have my fruit smoothie, but I run out of the mixture, and on Saturday I'm going to have a bagel with bacon and tomatoes. Sometimes I'll just have bacon, mushrooms and tomatoes or something, but I always have a protein and I always have a fruit or veg. Alright? So that's how I do it. And then I know that I'm going to be making that big pot of yogurt and fruit. Lunch for me is either soup, and I buy a pre-chopped veggie bag of soup mix, and I add either some gammon, I'll buy a gammon joint, or I'll buy some chicken thighs. And I brown the chicken thighs, pop them in the pan with the soup mix, coat the soup mix, add some water, boil the arse out of it. 30 minutes, done. You can use it in the slow cooker, use it in the pressure cooker. With the gammon, I tend to do it in the slow cooker, and I'll put the soup mix, the gammon and the water into the slow cooker and put that in for 7.5 hours. Done. And then I shred it. I'll take half the gammon, shred it into the soup, and the other half is for meals. And with the chicken thighs, take them out, shred them, pop them back into the soup. You can blend it, you don't have to blend it, it's entirely up to you. But that is the easiest high protein veggie mix for me right now. Come summer, I probably won't eat soup. I'll probably move into something less warm. If I'm not doing this, I have meal prep. I've shown you my meal prep with the tuna and the apricots and the peppers and the beans and the things. I might have that, and then there'll be some weeks where I don't have any inspiration for any of that, and I will maybe have a bagel with some ham and some salad. Thin bagel. Okay, 130 calories for a thin bagel versus 100 calories for a slice of bread. I know what I'm choosing. Okay, but I always have the protein and I always have the fruit and veg. Okay. Dinners, right? So this week we had chicken pesto, pulled pork, which was done in the slow cooker with taco flavoured beans and a chili con carne mix and a can of cherry tomatoes. Pulled it up, had it with mini wraps, delicious. Thursday we always have freezer food. Friday we always have beer and pizza. Archie of course doesn't have real beer, and I don't actually have real beer either. It's root beer Archie has. So with your meal prep, always go with you know what's definitely going to happen. So if you definitely always have freezer food one night, put that in first. If you know you're always going to have a mince-based dish and it's always on a Monday, put that in. So then you've got some gaps filled, so you know you have a definite, so you know what's going to happen, okay? If you're really, really struggling, what to do is look at the meals that you know that you can make, and if they're not fat loss friendly, adapt them. You know, if you know that you can make a good lasagna, then make a good lasagna, but change to a lower fat mince, add in more vegetables into the mix, bring your cheese sauce right back to basics. You know, it doesn't need to have all the butter. You could just do a basic roux, or you could, there's loads of recipes using yogurt and quark and whatnot, which I'm not a fan of quark, it gives me the woke. But know what, trust in what you can do and how do you make it better, and then you can plot it in. And then for the other gaps, you know, have a flick through, like, oh well, I'll maybe have some Tuscan inspired king prawns. That took 20 minutes. And you can make up the mix and then add in the prawns on the day. You know, that's easy enough to do. So yeah, look for inspiration. Do you know what else is really good for inspiration for your meal prep and your recipes? Tesco and Asda and Sainsbury's in-store magazines that you get free at the checkout. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And they tell you exactly what you need to get. And I'm thinking Tesco, if you're doing it online, you can have a look at the recipe and then you can say click and it adds it into your order, which is tremendous. Tremendous. Time saving. So they're my hacks. A bit of a mixture of gadgets, a little bit mixture of pantry staples, a little bit mixture of insight into how to meal prep. So I hope that has helped. Has anybody taken anything from this today? Anybody else? I don't know. I didn't know Co-op had one. We have a Co-op close by, Claire, actually, but I've never seen a magazine. It's very small. Very small. So I hope this has helped people see what they could do differently if they want to and get some inspiration. And I can't see all the comments. I'm just seeing the comments as they come. Oh no, I can't see all the comments. How exciting. Yep, some good tips in here, ladies. So have a scroll through the comments because other people have got lots of different tips, which is incredible. Thank you for sharing, ladies. I appreciate that. Okay, so I am going upstairs now to open the doors on our 5-day mini course. So if you're in the 5-day mini course, I will see you in 2 minutes. And if you're not, why not? Why not? Okay, that's it. I'm out. I hope you have an amazing evening. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. It's a fabulous week. It's a fabulous week, and it's going to keep being fabulous. So let's be fabulous. All right, have a good one. Lovely to see you. Soup maker. I never thought about that. Okay, speak to you later. Bye, girls. Bye. And now I can't hang up.